Alright, so I've updated the race wheel. So now we got all these, and then we got these three right here. Male, female, alien. Alright, so we're going to see what our race is. On this next character, we're going to add to the story. So let's go ahead and spin it. We got a dwarf. Ooh. Nice. So let's go ahead and put dwarf. And then we're going to see. So if it lands on alien. Okay, so it's male. They're going to say if it has alien, they're going to have like special abilities and stuff. But however, they are not. So right now we just get a male dwarf. Right, that's not too shabby, I guess. Alright, so we got a dwarf male. What is occupation going to be? We have a bunch of miners on here. We got all kinds of different stuff on here. So we're going to see what he's doing or what he did do. If it's like a Beastmaster, that means he didn't really have much to go with to make the arena better, so he's a fighter. So like say a Tavern Wrench. That would be a person who's working at the arena. And then we got Magical Chef, of course. Then a Curse Breaker. That'd be somebody who's gonna be fighting in the thing. We got Dungeon Delver. We're gonna be fighting Treasure Hunter, Fighter. It just depends on what you get. But of course you already know this. This dwarf is gonna be a potion brewer. He's gonna be. Should he? I don't know if he's gonna be working or he's gonna be fighting. It really depends on his weapon of choice. Because potion brewer. So, all right, that's cool. I wanted to mix it up a little bit, and we're going to be looking at the outfit next. Let's see what this dwarf potion brewer going to do. He's a dwarf in a witch outfit. Alright, that is different. So that means he will have a broom, at least. So he's going to be able to fly, because he has a broom. He does make potions, though. So that is very interesting. That is very interesting indeed. Alright, so this wheel is going to be telling us how good he is on the broom. Like, you know, flying and brooming and stuff like that. Godlike. He is the best. Best he can be. Best use of broom and flying. He should be in a Wittish Cup. A dwarf in a Wittish Cup. You know, that would not be too damn bad. Don't worry about the +3 weapons. That's for like the other stuff. So right now he's godlike. The awesomest thing. Only other thing is be ascendant. So that's the only thing that could beat it. So yeah. Woo. He is godlike on the broom and then flying, making potions. As long as he doesn't make invisibility potions. Woof. Alright, so he is a potion brewer. But how many potions is he mastered? This is not how many he knows how to do. Is mastered. He's going to be in the battle. He doesn't. If he is battling, he does not want to be carrying all this different stuff on here, and then he won't be able to use it well. So this is how many potions he mastered. So how many is he bringing? 6? Wow. Okay, so let me go ahead and write down potion. Let me write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now I'm going to make a wheel of all kinds of different potions and see what he can make. Alright, so I just made this wheel of 100 different potions. And of course I'm going to add more later on. We're going to choose 6 of them. Well, we're not going to choose. We're going to have to spare pick 6 of them. And then after that we're going to choose a wheel to see how good we are with each one. So let's see what the first one is. Ooh, Brew of Eternal Darkness. Alright. Let me write that down. Alright, darkens surroundings. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do the next one. So he can make a person blind. So that's obviously great. Shadow. So far, he has a lot of potions for like going in the shadows and darkness. Alright, let's go for the next one. What is the third potion he's gonna bring? So far, he's a fighter. Yeah, he's definitely a fighter. Elixir of Soulfire. Okay. Alright, let me just write that down. See, so far he's not doing spiritual energy, unless that's how he boosts his flying. Actually, that's a good thing. Let me write that down. Boost flying. That would help out with boost flying because spiritual energy. So you can do that. Okay, okay. So that's why he's good at flying because he can have spiritual energy come out. Essence of Blaze Wind. Okay. Essence of Blaze Wind. Mix. Wind and fire. Honestly, that is very useful when he's flying because he's creating wind, thus creating fire. Honestly, that's actually pretty cool. So I'm loving this guy already. He's making everybody blind. He can do whatever he wants to in the shadows. When he's flying, he makes a fire trail behind him. And he can make it super fast. Like, dude, this is a dwarf as well. So he's a small target. Mixture of golden aura attracts positive attention. That is different. Mixture of golden. Maybe that's what he does to make him, like, you know, seem better. Attracts positive attention. I don't really see how that would work on him. Maybe just when he's outside, everybody knows who he is and stuff like that. But that's just more outside battling. Got Tonic of Crystal. It sees through illusions. So he can see through his own stuff. Hell yeah. I was wondering how he's going to go through the shadows, but this right here is definitely going to make it where he can see through his own illusions. Alright, so I'm not going to go how good he is with the potions because he's a potion brewer. He's, you know, he knows what he's doing. So this is top 6. He's going Brew of Eternal Darkness. It darkens all surroundings. Mixture of Shadow. He blends into the shadow. Elixir of Soulfire. It ignites spiritual energy, which boosts his flying. Essence of Blaze Wind. Mixes wind and fire together. So when he flies, he creates fire stream behind him. Mixture of Golden Aura. Attracts positive attention to himself. Or to others, depending on if he threw it or not. Well, to me, that's just the next one he just wants to sell at a shop, basically. You know what? He wants to sell. He's only bringing that one because that's his number one thing he wants to sell it. He's going to be advertising as he's fighting. And then in Tonic of Crystal Vision, sees through illusions. He can see his own darkness. Honestly, that is a good combination. I am liking this guy so far. I really am. Alright, so he has he's a potion brewer. So he already has 6 different types of potions. He has a broom as a side weapon, and he can fly with it. Honestly, he doesn't really need a weapon, but we're going to give him one. A club. Is this guy from freaking Harry Potter? Seriously, his main weapon is a club. Wow. Okay. Too bad he didn't get any potion of endurance or potion of strength or anything, though. Alright, so let's see how good he is with the club, though. Send? Laughable. Okay. Laughable. He is not using the club. He's making people blind, and he swings of his club, and he still misses. So far, he has a lot of ways to mess with people, but he has no actual way to hurt people besides the fire. The fire coming off of the balloon when he mixes wind and fire, that's the only thing he can do to do any type of damage. Wow. This is a tough one. Alright, so we're going to have 2 enchantments, one for the broom and one for the club. Let's do the club one first. And the club one is Lifesteal. Too bad he won't be able to use it well. If he can hit with it, then he'd be able to. But if he like misses every single time, Lifesteals are going to be useless. So he has a Lifestealing club, but he still misses even though the opponent is blind. Wow. Alright, let's go for the broom. Let's see what the broom does. Explosion. Hell yeah. His broom is what his true weapon. The club, that is just a item that he brings to confuse people. His broom, he is the best of the best on the broom. He can fly, makes trails of fire, and make explosions with his broom. Alright, so I'm gonna make a thing to make it AoE or, you know, single person or stuff like that. Alright, so I made this wheel because I don't know how I would put the explosions off of a broom. So I made this wheel and got contact. So when he hits the broom or something, it makes explosions. Long range, he can yeet his broom a certain direction, and he can determine where the explosion is going to happen by using, like, you know, the straw or whatever. Medium range, same thing. Close range, you have to get within, you know, swinging distance of the air contact. But contact, that's the one you have to touch it with. Long range, you flying and have these straws coming out and then explode later, stuff like that. Yeah. I just want to see how close range. Alright. Close range. Alright, cool. So, we got that situated. Alright, so we're going to do durability. I've made a different wheel so we can see it right. We got baby, teen, average adult, masochist, undead, vehicle, wild, tank, vault, planetary, universal. Universal, this is almost invincible, but very few stuff. And then indestructible. There's no way to kill it no matter what. Universal, you have like diseases or you get something like that. But like physically unkillable, but he can still get something done through him, which is the weakness. And the indestructible, there'd be no weaknesses. Alright, so let's see what he is. If he's indestructible, he's probably going to win. Vehicle strength. Okay. Durable. As a vehicle. So he can take a pretty good bit of hits. Honestly, that's not too bad. That's not bad at all. Honestly, that's really damn good. But it could be a lot better. I was like, honestly, it's mid-range. If you actually literally look at it, it's mid. Alright, so I did update the wheel of weakness. Not weakness, durability. Remember, it landed on vehicle. I have it where he has 4 weaknesses. So we're gonna put down 1, 2, 3, 4 and look at 4 weaknesses that he has. You know, to make it more interesting. The indestructible has no weaknesses. Baby has all weaknesses. So you got none, all. And then it keeps going down, 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 down. Universal has 1 weakness. Indestructible, 0. So vehicle, what you landed on, is going to have 4. Alright, so we have 4 weaknesses on this dwarf. Let's see how easy it is. Let's see how easy it is for him. He does not have a left hand. Wow, okay. He does not have a left hand. That would actually be very hard for him to fly a broom. But however, he is the master at it, so that'd be very interesting on how I can write that. Alright, so next we got no right foot. Wow. No left hand, no right foot. Is this freaking Full Metal Alchemist over here? We're gonna have to write a backstory on that. I don't know how, but we will. I'll figure it out. He has a sweet tooth. Damn. See, I don't know about his weaknesses. No left hand, no right foot, and he has a sweet tooth. Okay, I have to fit that in the story somehow. Wow. He has the fear of darkness, but his main abilities is darkness? Wow, this guy's a lunatic. Fear of darkness. Alright, so let's do a backstory of left hand and right foot. And explosion with his broom. Okay, free of darkness. He has illegal potion made demons in darkness. So yeah, he has a fear of darkness because he made an illegal potion and it made demons come out in the darkness as an illusion. There we go. See, that sort of makes sense. Okay. Oh, by the way, the height is 3.5 feet tall because he's a dwarf. As I'm going through this, I am writing down a bunch of stuff on here. I'm editing wheels. I'm making it better as I go. So, the more characters I make, the more detailed they're going to be. Okay, so what's his personality going to be like? Honestly, it feels like I'm making a D&D campaign. Alright, what his personality is? Comic relief. Well, he is afraid of the damn stuff. Comic relief. Well, he does suck with the club, even though he brings it. So maybe that could, like, fit in together. Alright. That's cool. He's a comic relief. He's a funny guy. He's a little funny, no right foot, no left hand type of guy. Alright, so as you see, I changed the wheel up on the speed a little bit. The left side is this, how fast he's going. This is the stamina. We're going to do this both for his normal walking speed and then his flying speed. So his normal walking speed, off the broom, is going to be... He's a sports car. What? He's a sports car type of fast, and he has normal... So it's like good sprints here and there. Wow, okay. That's cool. Please tell me he's at least faster on his broom. It immediately reminds me of Mashal, an anime where a guy, he's doesn't have any magical powers, so in order for him to fly, he has to move his feet. I just made fucking Mashal. That is hilarious. Oh yeah. I can't believe I just did that. Damn. So this is the strength. Left side is how strong. The right side is his stamina. Alright, so let's see. Strength. It's an elephant. An elephant strength, but stamina is weak. That's very interesting. He can hit hard, but like twice a match. Wow, that one's gonna be tough. Wow, this guy, he was looking so good, and then it just, what are we doing here? Alright, so we got Thrain, the Boomwick, Sparkfizzle. That is his name. So the hands, and that is a wax hand, and that is a peg leg. Stats, raised dwarf, occupation, Yada yada yada. We've already been through that. Then we got the potions. We've already been through all that. And this is the lore. I made a good lore. I made more details about the brewing potions. We got all this stuff. So let's go ahead and read. Let's go with this paragraph right here. Thrain wasn't your typical axe-swinging, beard-braiding warrior dwarf. No, he fancied himself a witch, a master potion brewer with a flair for the dramatic. His workshop was a chaotic symphony of bubbling cauldrons, colorful vials, and the occasional unintended kaboom. But tragedy struck one fateful day when an experimental enchantment on his trusty broom went horribly wrong. A miscalculated rune sparkled a massive explosion, claiming his left hand and right foot in a flash of fire and splinters. The broom survived barely, with its straw end forever scorched and volatile. Sorry, somebody opened up my door. Ever since, Thrain had strapped on a wooden peg for his missing foot and learned to grip vials with his remaining right hand, turning misfortune into motivation. Oddly, the blast also imbued the broom's bristles with explosive magic. He could now trigger close-range booms by slamming them into foes, though more often than not, the backlash singed his own beard. So the lore is just basically how he got the leg, but as we was going, I was kind of saying how it's doing. I did change it a little bit. He drinks, which one is it? Elixir of Soulfire for his fight fuel. So basically, his broom does not fly by itself. He has to drink this elixir of Soulfire to make it keep going. See, I'm using the spinners to make the story because I don't have any imagination. So I'm just giving the spinner, and the spinner's giving me what I should do. So this made it seem like the dwarf has no magic at all, but he's making potions to give him magic. Like, to me, that is a really good story. Like, a dwarf with no magic wants to do magic. To me, that's just awesome right there. So, yeah, you see that? I have a picture of him. Like I said, fake thing, fake that. Yes, I did use AI because you can, like, see it. I'm not going to say I didn't. No, it's right there. But if you want to find it, go to my thing, vvvault.wordpress.com, Thrain, Boomwick, Sparkfizzle. But this is the main area. You click on the arena. You go to characters. And then, see, we got 2 fighters and arena staff. Thrain, the Boomwick, Sparkfizzle, he is going to be a fighter. But if you want to go to character creations, all it's going to do is take you to YouTube with my character creations right here. So you can like see like, oh, there's Lady Karatha, there's Oberon, there's Thrain, there's this. So y'all can like see it a little bit better. Anyways, thank you for watching.